Our destination?
Organizing our day.
Let's go for a ride.
Welcome to Girls Trip. It is day 2 of our adventure into organization.
The unknown. Well, hopefully it's not the unknown.
We don't know what we're going to find in this journey of digging deep into closets and drawers and all of that.
Your hair looks amazing.
Oh,
Wait, but also, your hair looks amazing. I just feel like, listen, it's body day. Let's not forget, okay? So I just feel like we needed to
where did that come from?
I don't know.
She was just struck by our beauty.
I was struck.
What can she do?
Like, Cupid just hit me. I was struck. Cupid's arrow just hit me. Watch out for later, okay? Like, that was great. I just want to appreciate
and I would like to
Beautiful.
borrow this cardigan.
Okay.
So just put that.
We're just going to swap clothes one day.
And you know what? Your hair looks amazing.
Your hair looks amazing.
Okay? Don't forget it.
Where were we?
Organization.
Yes. Okay.
Coming back to it. So we're going to start, though, before we get like into every room of our homes and all of that, we are starting on a small scale of how we can better maybe organize our day. And we are giving ourselves a challenge. You know, we love to do that, right?
Yeah.
Some of us like it more than others.
I like starting the challenge.
I mean, I fail
finish
at
them.
like all of them, so I don't know why I like to do it. But we're giving ourselves a little challenge. Feel free to do it along with us. But we are each going to, we haven't talked about this
No.
yet, so we don't know what each other's going to say.
Not
But
yet.
we challenged ourselves to come up with a 5-step daily routine that we are going to commit to for a week, and then we're going to report back to you guys, I think, in 2 weeks. So if you want to commit to a 5-step routine, drop it in the comments so we can hold you accountable.
We will come for you.
Yes, and we'll come for you. Now, again, we don't know what each other is going to say. I feel like my stuff is very much a reflection of stuff we've talked about over the last 2 months.
Yeah.
That I'm like,
yeah.
okay, let's put this into action. So I feel like it's gonna be kind of things that mostly that we've heard already. What are you
Probably.
guys? Are you feeling the same?
Yeah, there might be 1 or 2 things, but no, everything else is.
No,
you
I
know
feel
what
like
we're
mine
talking
is I feel like it's a mix. It's a mix of that stuff we've talked about, but new stuff that I've also kind of come up with.
All right. I feel like maybe we'll go. Should we go one by one?
about. Handy dandy.
Let's just
notebook
tell
time.
us all your 5 things.
Okay, so
All right.
okay. I just have to process this. The 5 steps, they're not mine are not necessarily like they don't go off of each other. They're just like 5 things.
Right. I
Okay,
mean,
good.
that's not shocking at all.
all right.
That
so
tracks.
Rebecca's like, these will happen in my day at some point.
So first thing, I'm going to start in the morning because I have morning and nighttime ones. So I'm going to make my bed. Now, when I say make my bed, I'm not making the bed, but
a
I'm
good
just
one.
taking the comforter and covering the bed.
Yeah. that's
Wait a
good
minute.
one.
Wait a minute. Meaning that beneath the comforter, the sheets are going to be like.
Let's talk about that for a second. Artie does not like a sheet on the bed. He likes it on the mattress and then a comforter. I like another layer. So when I make the bed, I fold the sheet in half so it's only on my side. And I'm literally sleeping with half of a sheet.
That's insane.
I know. I know. It's insane. That's what I do for love, okay?
Wow. Miles feels the same way. And I'm like, too bad, buddy. You're sleeping under a
We
sheet.
tried that in the beginning. I was like, it's literally this thinnest, like, what is the problem? And he's just like, I don't like it. And I'm like, first of all, it's also a barrier from disgustingness. It keeps our comforter clean. Doesn't matter. So I do try to straighten that out a little bit. But, you know,
I
you don't
need
always
to
get
talk
there.
to Artie about this.
Yeah, let's
because
bring this
that's
up.
real. I mean, it bothers me so much, and this is going to sound crazy, and it is a little bit crazy, but my husband's behavior is more crazy than this. Is that I'm like, did you never learn how to sleep in a bed? Like, what's wrong with you? That's how I feel. So, you know, when I make the bed, like I put new sheets on or whatever, you know, I'm tucking it into the bottom and stuff like that. He hates that. So he immediately like kicks it all out so that none of it's tucked.
Turns into like a Tasmanian devil during the night.
But then it's like, you know, he thinks that only affects him, but it doesn't.
It's now
because then the sheet is riding up on his side. It's pulling out my corner.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, when he like turns, he just takes the whole comforter and rolls. So literally sometimes if I am so uncomfortable because I'm like, okay, now my feet are under the sheet, but the comforter is now up to my ankles.
Yeah.
And I can't sleep like that. So I will get up in the middle of the night and readjust everything because I'm like, I can't sleep. I'm pretty sure there's like straps and stuff that will keep your
tie
sheets
them,
and, you know.
Wow, we need a whole episode just on that.
Okay,
we finished one thing.
So sorry, and I'm not even putting like the pill. I'm just literally like pulling the comforter and putting like I have a little I don't know, a little blanket that will go on top. It just looks like, okay, I can lay on this bed or sit on it and things aren't piling up.
I'm sounding very judgmental about that. I don't make my bed at all. So I'm not really being judgmental.
I think because of our house being so small, like a one bedroom, that area is used also to just like if I want to sit on my computer, not just the living room. So I think that's why if that's good, we're doing better. And I do it off sometimes, but not all the time. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna go grocery list. I do not typically keep a grocery list. I just go where the wind blows. Yeah. And if I am at the grocery store, I'm like, okay, we need heavy cream. Like I have the staples, but I want to, I think, do better. And when I say grocery list, I want to have like at least 2 recipes for that week in my brain set.
Yeah, that's good.
I am not good at that.
That's good.
I love that. But I am not the one to be like, okay, this week I'm going to make boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
I also love that idea.
Because I'm mostly an ingredients household. That, and if I don't like just have all certain things I go out and buy, I use it done. So I think I want to get a little bit better at that. And so that's 2. Now we're going to go to nighttime. I want to pick out my clothes, not maybe physically, but mentally for the next morning.
Okay.
I've never done that. I think I have it a little bit easier than most people because I can put on, you know, not ugly sweatpants, but I could put on joggers or whatever, sweatshirt, and go to work and teach. Right. I don't need to be in like, you know, nice jeans or anything like that. Actually, jeans are frowned upon. So I want to do that because I think that'll just, I don't know, I'm just curious to see if it makes it feel better in the morning. We are going to take out our contacts.
Yes. Waiting for that one.
Take out our contacts. And this is one that I've been working on. I have many ups and downs throughout the week, but I want my sink to be empty. So
that's kind of on mine too.
Me too.
Yeah.
And that is one that is really, really encouraged by Artie. He's like, it just makes, you know, his morning better. He's like, when I just walk into the kitchen, make my coffee. I don't have to fumble through and like clean out the French press. So it is nice. I wouldn't say it's not rewarding. It's not like me buying a donut and eating it with coffee, like rewarding, but it still is like, oh, that's nice. So those are the 5 things. Did I miss anything? 1, 2. Nope. Those are it.
I think it's a great list.
Yeah. It's a little bit all over the place, a little bit of everything.
But that's okay. Yeah. And I think my goal with things like this is typically I know that probably whatever I do is not going to be something that like I'm not going to continue doing all 5 of these things forever.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about how we're not really routine people. But I do think it's nice sometimes to force yourself to commit to something because then you'll find out like, does this make a difference to me? Then maybe it's something I'll at least do more often.
Yes.
Or like this doesn't affect me at all. Yeah. So why bother? Like maybe a month ago, I was like, I need to really get a grip on dishes. So for like a week straight, I was like, I am committed to going to bed with like an empty sink. And I'm going to do it. And it really did make a difference
in the morning, do you think?
At night.
At night.
Okay. I did it at night.
No, I'm saying in the morning.
Yes,
in the morning.
Yes, it did make a difference. Just honestly throughout my whole day. And again, we are, you know, my husband works from home. I'm kind of in and out. So there are some days where it's 3 meals a day that we're cooking and creating dishes for. So it adds up really fast. And, you know, am I doing it all the time now? No. But am I doing it like significantly more than I was, yes. Now I'm just like, okay, buckle down, take the 10, 15 minutes and it's so much nicer to come downstairs and have an empty sink. And then it doesn't feel as overwhelming to be like, this is now a 45-minute project because I let it get out of control. So I do think there is something that even if you can't perfect it and be like, I can't commit to doing this all of the time, if I'm doing it 50% more, that's still better. Yeah. You know? So, okay. That's not on my list. I already did that
last month and you nailed it. You nailed it.
Okay. So the first two things are both morning, and there are things that I've talked about a lot. And one you guys will be so thrilled to hear. But first, my goal is stretching. I brought this up a lot.
I
don't think I've made it more than like 3 days in a row. So I'm going to try to push myself for like, you know,
for
a full 5-7 days and just see what happens. Cause I've said that I do feel like it makes a big difference for me when I stretch and my body feels better, because the last couple of weeks I'm like, oh my God, by the time 2:00 rolls around, everything hurts. I'm like trying to stretch my neck and it feels tight and all that. So I'm going to try that. I am going to try to drink a glass of water. Now,
a glass? Joy's like, oh my God.
Honestly, the hard part is that I need to figure out the right timing, because I don't do great just, you know, gulping down a whole glass of water on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me feel good.
Okay.
And, you know, my morning, the like 2 hours in the morning is pretty packed from the minute I get up to like getting Avery to school.
Okay.
And only sometimes am I like scarfing down a bowl of cereal before I'm running out the door. So this might be more of like a 10 a.m. type thing. Like once my body is up and I've gotten a little bit of food in it and whatever. Because I do feel like if I drink water earlier in the day, I'm more likely to keep drinking it. Whereas if I don't have any water till 8:00 at night, it's like, well, the day's gone. I'm not gonna drink 60 ounces right now. So that is my goal, is to in the morning at some point before lunch drink a whole bottle of water.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
Supposedly, if you drink from a straw, you are more likely to drink more water as well.
That is, I do find that true.
Okay. I was
Totally true for me.
Yeah. Either like if I'm drinking from a plastic water bottle, then I don't mind that. But if I'm drinking from a cup or something, I definitely find a straw helps me.
Yep.
And I hate drinking it out of a plastic cup, which is so weird. Like I'm fine with a plastic bottle, like a Poland Springs or
it's
something.
like a small little.
I don't like
opening.
a plastic cup.
I
It
agree.
like tastes different to me. Something I don't like. So I like it out of like glass.
A glass.
or
Yeah,
something
I totally agree with that.
like that. So we'll see. I figure maybe it'll prompt me to drink more water, but there are a lot of days where I drink 0 water. So at least a glass will be more, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, then my other 3 are at night. So this is something I've brought up, is taking off my makeup. Which I feel like I now do like sometimes.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try to push it a little bit more. Now, again, I've mentioned this, like I don't really see a difference when I take off my makeup or when I do. Now, I feel like people will argue that even if I don't see a daily difference, I'm going to see a difference 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from now. Maybe that's true. Only time will tell.
Yeah.
But my face doesn't break out. I don't, whatnot. But who knows? Maybe it'll just be generally better, probably better for my pillowcase and everything else. The thing that honestly really annoys me is that no matter how much I scrub my face, when I wake up in the morning, there will still be some remnants of mascara. And I'm like, now I have to do it again.
Yep.
So sometimes at night, I'm like, why would I do it now when I'm going to have to do it again tomorrow morning? That like drives me nuts. Even if I take a shower and like scrub, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's so irritating to me. So
I hate that too.
We'll see. I don't know if this will be one that sticks, but we're gonna do it. The next thing, so in my bedroom, I have sort of like a vanity area that's right next to my like night table, nightstand. So I am trying to commit to like cleaning that space up every night.
Okay.
Because it gets out of control fast. Where
It's crazy how fast it gets.
It does.
Throw
It's like-
everything on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I have a makeup remover pad here, and then I have, the iced coffee that I finished yesterday, and then I have water, and then I have, Advil, and then I have Tums, and then I have, this, and it just gets so cluttered, and then my kids love to just add things to that space. Like, here's a stuffed animal, here's a book, here's a note. Here, I'm like, oh my God, I love you guys, but get this out of my room. And it's just like, ugh. Like, I would like that space to feel sort of like clear and tidy, and that to me, I think will make a mental difference waking up in the morning and sitting down there to get ready and just being like, oh, it's all tidy and looks nice. I think that will make a big difference. And then number 5 is kind of in line with that. I'll probably do it all at the same time. Is putting away my clothes when I change into my pajamas. I am bad at that. I am very bad at that. Sometimes I'll do like 50%. I'll be like, okay, if I'm wearing jeans and I know I'm going to, rewear them or something like that, I'll fold them and put them away. But I almost never do everything. Like earrings get put away and, my cardigan gets hung up and my shirt gets put in the laundry and, whatever. I feel like, at least once a week, I'm like, okay, let me go collect 4 bras around my room that I threw. Every time I have to use the ironing board in our room, I'm like, let me take this pile of clothes off and throw it onto a different pile. And I've brought this up too. I think that is more, I wait too long to do that. Yeah. And then I'm so tired that I'm like, I so desperately just want to crawl into bed right now that I don't care that I'm, throwing my clothes on something. So I think if I just commit to doing that step earlier in the night, then it won't be so hard. Yeah. It won't feel like I can't
do this. I don't want to do this. Yeah.
Do one more thing. So we'll see, because they're definitely like, especially the nighttime ones are kind of time consuming. Yeah. Like I probably need an extra 15, 20 minutes at night to do that. And I need an extra 5 to 10 minutes in the morning, which sounds so insignificant, but
it adds up, man.
When it comes to taking away sleep for me, it's really rough.
It's really hard.
It's really, really rough.
Yeah. Really good transition then into my number 1. Yes. As we're talking about sleep. I need to get my sleep under control. So this is my number 1 for sure. My mom has stories of me, and I had 3 siblings growing up. And so she has stories of me literally being the only one awake at like 11 p.m. still watching TV because I was like 2.5. And she's waking up like, because everyone fell asleep on the couch. And I'm the only one just like... I have been a night owl like my whole life. Yeah. I just can stay up forever. This is no longer conducive to my life. So I have finally kind of hit a wall where I'm like, going to sleep at 1:30 is no longer okay. I can't do it anymore. And I guess my number 1 is really with sleep, really just not just going to bed earlier. It's because I'm not tired yet, because I'm waking up later. Thomas leaves the house at like 8:30 and that wakes me up. So I'm really committing to my mornings being up and awake and myself being done and at the table working by the time he leaves. And kind of like kissing him goodbye. Like that's my goal that I want to get to. So I'm going to commit to that this week, to be at the table working. If you can do it for long enough, I think you're going to see a big difference. I think changing myself from like a night owl to a morning person is going to like change my life, honestly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that I'll ever be a morning person. We've talked about that too, but I recently had like a 2-week bout of an intense flu, where I was sleeping constantly. And then even when I was coming out of that, I was still very fatigued and very tired. And like my body required a lot of sleep. And that forcibly shifted my schedule.
Yeah.
Whereas before, again, I've always been a night owl. Yeah. And so we were going to bed at like midnight, sometimes 1 o'clock. And then I'm, tired in the morning, but I was like, how could I possibly go to bed? Right. Well, when you literally can't function because you're sick, you don't care. And you just go to bed. So like the overwhelming amount of nights since I've even felt better, I've been going to bed like 10:30, 11, and it feels so much better.
Yep. So that's my goal. That's my goal this week, is to really switch gears, like sleep training, like an infant. Like that's what I need to do. So that's definitely my number one. My number two are things that are kind of I could do throughout the day, but I want to make sure I do them both. Now that the weather's warmer, I can incorporate this now. I need to go for a minimum 10-minute walk in the middle of the afternoon every day. I really took a stop with that when it got really cold.
Yeah.
And I didn't know where the remote to my walking pad was because it was in some bin, bag, whatever it was. So I finally found that, just set that up the other day. I'm like, okay, whether it's walking inside or outside, preferably outside because we need some vitamin D, have to do a 10-minute walk once a day. And my second thing that I really want to do, because it really does make me feel amazing, is just read one chapter of a book every day. And stopping maybe it's at lunchtime, right? Like sometimes Thomas will come home for lunch. So maybe when he leaves, I'll just like take my book, because I'm still in like a break mode. Yeah. So do that. But reading one chapter, it makes me feel like, because I love reading. So it just makes me feel so good. So that's definitely one. My next one is kind of more than one, but not really. But I have a problem with 3 major areas: laundry, vacuuming, and cleaning the bathroom. Those are 3 things that I somehow just leave until we're having company, and I have to do them all, and then you're like, now. Like, I have to do everything right now. Yeah. So my organizational resolution for this week is to make Tuesday, or work it out really how it works, but like Tuesday my laundry day, Thursday my vacuum day, and Saturday is my like scrub down quick a bathroom. Yeah. Wow. I know. I know.
We're going like,
but I also
so intense.
I think I can do it because again, I am very fortunate to work from home. I can make myself take a half-hour break when I need to, like if I have a lull in whatever, I can do that too. Okay. And instead of just doing something else, like knowing, oh wait, today's laundry day, I have to do this today. I have to do today's vacuum day. Let me just run it really quick. Like that will make me feel so good by the time the weekend rolls around. I'll be like, I'm amazing if I can actually do that. Yeah. And my number 5 is way more low-key, but I heard someone did this recently. Or I recently heard someone had been doing this for a very long time, and it really just kind of helped their days, helped their sleep. Every night they wrote down one more thing that they are grateful for. And then that's how you kind of fall asleep, as opposed to falling asleep something on your phone. You are going back to the other things that you have written down. So, and thinking about those things, and maybe even not journaling like books or whatever, but just writing something down. And really this is twofold for me, because the reason why I stay up so late is because I'm on my phone. So if I can get away from that and use one of the 58 notebooks that are by my bedside, if I can get away from that and really just start writing things down that I'm thankful for, or just things that are like maybe on a prayer list or something that I'm just consciously using the book more than the phone. So I feel like it was like morning, day. Like I tried to cover every area, but all throughout the week too. So those are my 5.
I like that. I'm so looking forward to hear. I feel like your list is my aspirational list. Right, like maybe next time that's what I'll get to. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the chores thing, to see how that feels. Yeah, does it feel rewarding?
I feel like sustainable. For me, it's a good time to take on new challenges because of the new place that I'm in. And I love like clean slates. I think I said that in a previous episode. I like oddly like change. Like I love that there is like a new thing that we can go on here. Oh, I love this guy. His name's Dr. John Deloney. He says the hardest part about like new relationship, new house, new fill in the blank is that you bring yourself into it. So you can have all the great ideas, right? Like, oh, if I just have this one thing, then my life will be fixed.
Yeah.
But you bring you into it, you and all your bad habits that you bring into it. So that hit me. I like heard him say that for the first time, maybe a couple weeks before I moved. And I was like,
Oh no.
because I've had those thoughts where I'm like, oh, I'm just going to be a new person as soon as I get this new place. It's all mine. And it's like, reality check.
Yeah.
You have to create new habits in order for those ideas, those resolutions that you have to actually come to fruition. So I'm really trying to like grasp that in this new season that we have.
Yeah. I think that I don't know. I make excuses, I think, because my days are always so different that it's hard to say like every Tuesday I'm going to do
this day.
X because I don't know what it is. But I think I forget, last week maybe I was talking about on my birthday reflections of, you know, making time and how that's a choice to make time for something. And so when you're doing laundry for 4 people, I mean, I genuinely don't know how people do laundry for like 10 people. I don't know, because 4 people
every
is
day.
so overwhelming. But I feel like I would like to keep more on top of it. But for me, having like one day wouldn't keep on top of it. It wouldn't be enough. It's almost like, okay, every day or like 4 days a week at 7 p.m., I'm going to put a load of laundry in, or like, you know, right before we leave for school in the morning, I'm going to throw a load of laundry in or something like that. That won't help with all the other parts of folding and putting away and all of that. But at least like things will be clean and not sit there dirty
in
for
a dirty pile.
a week plus. Cause that's just, I think generally I'm trying to get better at that mindset of like, I'd rather do a little bit than not do it at all.
Yeah.
Even with your book thing, I tend to not be like, oh, well, I can't read because I don't have 3 hours. But I'm curious how
Just
that
one
goes
chapter.
too.
Just one chapter. I find it so hilarious, like how our thought process changes on chores from like a kid or a teenager to an adult. They are aspirations. They used to be like the worst thing we could possibly hear from our mothers, and now they are like, I just want to do it. I just want to do it well. It's so funny how that changes. Oh boy. Great. Yeah. Okay, so we have 15 new challenges, 15 new goals, and we are doing it, people. We are doing it. We are checking up on each other. If you have some new challenges, please put them in the comments. You could take one of ours. We'll let you join in.
We'll share.
Steal ours, or if you have some of your own that you want to throw in there and motivate other people, please do that. If you liked this video, please like it. Please subscribe if you haven't. It goes a long way. And don't forget to enjoy the view wherever your ride takes you.